everybody. So I am live right now on both YouTube and Twitch, actually, which I think I did once or twice about a year ago or something. Anyway, for those of you who are new new to my channel, my name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and I am an author, editor, and artist. Forgive the hat, as my hair is actually quite wet. I thought I would attempt to disguise that fact. Anyway, let's see. So this is an unpromoted bit of stream here, but to work on some stuff, on some things, some projects that I really would like to finish because I signed myself up for a for a for an event that is next Saturday here in Tampa Bay. So it's a market. It's an outdoor market, kind of small. That's actually near USF Tampa, and it's near kind of near Busch Gardens, that area. If anybody's aware about Tampa. Anyway, so I thought I would try this. I've been wanting to do an art stream for quite a while. I'm still actually getting set up, so please forgive things in the shot and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. But I guess I could talk about the kind of art that I make, and please forgive my voice. I'm coming off of a cold. I'm actually coming off a cold and a migraine, but so yeah, I'm actually still kind of getting set up here. So yeah, please forgive the lighting and such. So yeah, still working on my set up here. Again, please forgive. Additional light source. That's not going to be on my face. Oh, that off. Fell over. Pardon. Oh my God. Okay. Let's start that again. Okay. I hope that's better. So. Shannon, yeah, pulls her hair on top, and it's, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I just do that or put a hat on, that kind of thing. A la Sarah Cannon, right, Shannon? So yeah, so I've got a few. I can just real quick show a couple of samples. Oh. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so unorganized. I didn't have time. I was going to use this, and it's plugged in. Oh my. But I'm assuming you guys heard me all right. I am feeling a little bit better. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh, so much going on. So I bet I did. Oh, good Lord, I'm sorry. I forgot momentarily that I was gonna put this on. I have heard that art streams are good to use these anyway, so I was going to use it. I just had a brain fart, so sorry. Again, this is my first ever art stream, so Please forgive any technical issues and or stupidity. Uh, general stupidity. Well. Um Anywho, this is one example of the type of card that I make. Um, I'll just go ahead and put that right there. Um, so yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I might have to adjust my light a little bit, but there is some sparkle going on. I have some. Let's see, what did I use? I used for portions of the mane and in portions of the unicorn's horn. I Oh, thank you very much, Shannon. It's I use some homemade sparkly watercolors in portions of the mane, portions of the horn on this unicorn. So I like to use watercolor and stamps and ink. Thank you very much. So this is one example of the kind of things that I like to make. And I do like the sentiment, and the sentiment is a Tim Holtz word stickers that a lot of people like to use for journaling, and I've seen them used in card making as well. Thank you. I will be bringing this with me. Ooh, looks like I need to glue a little bit more on the scent on the sticker because it's slightly older. It's not brand new, so sometimes you just have to give it a little bit of help. Give those a little bit of help. One thing I was going to do with this was, I mean, I could was I was going to use my iPad as a um, sort of like an external camera. So I just did not get a chance to get that set up yet. But I had some family time this morning, so um, there we go. And there's my bracket for my for my oh, here we go. Wrong one. There, for my tripod. So that was for my phone, and this is bracket for the iPad because I was going to do those kinds of videos where you can see, and that fell. Oh boy, yeah. Okay, so sorry. Just have had one of those mornings apparently. So anyway, I'm doing things while my guys are at the baseball field. Um, but Shannon, my son plays little league baseball. It's a specific division called the Challenger Division, and he just loves it. They both just love it. I'm going to use this on the other side for sure. So pardon me while I still get set up. Oh boy. All right, but I suppose I don't have to do this for my first ever. To show what I'm actually working on while I'm doing it. So that was the point. But I suppose it's a little educational to show how people do this when they do say planner videos or live stream planning, you know, planning sessions. So oftentimes they use um, tripods, and sometimes they use equipment that allows them to shoot from way up above. They'll have something set up. Um, there's a variety of ways you can do it. Suspended from the ceiling, a big thing that's over your desk, and where the camera's pointing down. Um, Stuff like that. So I've thought about this for quite some time. Did a lot of research. But I realized that having a tripod would work the best for me at the moment. Because, come on, it just takes up less space, and it's very practical. Because I can also use it with my phone, and when I get a chance to get one, standard camera. I just don't have one, a working one at the moment. Well, I do. I just have a I have a film camera, a manual film camera, Shannon. It's, it's hard to get. Why am I having trouble with this? Why is this not left loose? Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Oh boy. Come on. Urgh. This is not this is not making art. This is messing with stuff. Okay, maybe I'll just wait on that. I can just do things and just show you the results, I guess. Let's do that. that's not good content, messing with technology and contraptions. Oh boy. Anyway, so yeah, so I will be getting some stamps out, I think. I would also like to show you a couple of things that I'm going to be packing as well. So this one here in I probably will be packing this to take with me, but I wasn't quite sure because this is really more specific to my Etsy shop, where I say it's art for writers and lovers of fantasy and sci-fi. So this is sort of for the writing professional in your life. So there's that one. So I'll probably, instead of taking it with me, unless I change my mind, um, um, I will probably just put that on in my Etsy shop. Thank you, Shannon. Here's something else. Um, Usually cards this standard size. More often than not, I sell them in person for $9, but on the Etsy shop it is a little bit more because of this is already wrapped. I think I'd taken it with me to my last in person. Sorry for the glare from the packaging. This was cut from a pad of paper. The sentiment, um, and then the background. Oh, hi, Lauren. How are you doing? The background is sparkly watercolor on some heavyweightish cardstock, watercolor paper. And so you can really see the texture of the watercolor paper. And then when you turn it, you can see the sparkliness of let me turn this light source a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to grab it. So maybe not. Lauren, this is my first attempt at doing an art stream. So I'm having all kinds of technical issues here. So yeah. Okay. Maybe that'll help. You see the sparkle. It's kind of hard to see because of the light, and I could take this off maybe. Your notification came late, Shannon? Yes, sparkle. It's sparkly watercolors I used, metallic watercolor paint. It's I don't know if you can kind of see that it's shiny. It's really shiny. But this is lavender. Lavender, and when I watered it down, it kind of broke down into a couple different shades and to like at least two different shades. So that was fascinating. So there's a lot of texture going on, visual and literal texture. So yeah. But it's not coming off. It doesn't come off. So, and that's on it's on a white card base. Something on the back of that. Oh, it's just a little glue. I can get that off with an eraser. So I'm just kind of sort of showing off at the moment, but I'll be getting a few things. What I'll do is I'll probably sprint. Let me get a couple other things that are on my desk that I put on my desk recently. This bookmark here. It's been one of my best selling items in my shop. I've had this stamp for quite some time, and and so because at the time, of certain a certain author was really popular, uh, fantasy author, and it reminded me of that. And so anyway, I started making a few things with it, including I made a card for a friend. So what I did here was I used I used a lot of ink. I spread a lot of ink on with brushes. In this case, I think this is this is just the Tim Holtz. It's called Distress Oxide ink that I brushed on, excuse me, very carefully, and to make it look like parchment paper. So, yeah, these are a lot of fun to make. So I'm kind of working towards, but it's gotten I've gotten a couple good reviews on it on my Etsy shop. Here is a very similar one to the one with the one that said make your own magic. This one's very similar, except it's has a blue watercolor paint. And then what I did and then I splashed on a little bit of that same lavender, a little bit, just made drops. And then what I did was I took the watercolor paper and I ran it through this machine that embosses. It's for embossing. So whenever you see cards with raised surfaces, that's called embossing. No problem, no problem. And that's one thing I wanted to do. Let me go ahead and take this one out too, because you could probably see this better. I take this out of the packaging. All my cards come with envelopes, by the way. Some handmade, some not. All my cards. Now, can you see that? See the embossing. So stones. Looks like cut stones. So yeah. So that was that's one of those. So that can be a lot of fun to do. I especially like working with watercolor paper. So yeah, those two are, I was selling those for the same price. And the bookmarks on Etsy are $5, but I don't charge shipping. And then most recently I've gotten into this yes, texture. Did you? Yeah. That I thought you could see, probably see the might even be able to see the metallic a little better due to the embossing. More recently, I've started collecting stamps from a particular stamp company called Lavinia Stamps. They're based out of the UK, and they make the coolest stamps ever. And on this panel, it's not adhered to a card because it kind of got messed up. So I'm going to redo it. I'm going to redo it in a couple different ways. But the main image here is one stamp. And isn't that pretty cool? It's called Fairy Washing Line. So what I did here was I have a couple of gel presses. I actually have 3 now. This is the smallest one I have, and it's a circle. So what I did was I stamped basically I stamped with it onto this watercolor paper with some of Distress Oxide ink. And then while it was still wet, I added yellow watercolor paint to it because you can actually watercolor paint with the Distress Oxide. So yeah, and then these are 2 extra stamps that I, excuse me, put onto there. So yeah, so this was a lot of fun, and I'm going to redo it in a couple. I want to use, I want to reproduce it, and then I want to use metallic watercolor paints for the sun. So that's the other thing that I think I might be doing today. So I have I'm starting to really collect more stamps from that company, Lavinia Stamps. So what I think I might do is do a sprint. And while I go get some stamps and get some things, I have some things on. I have finally got one of those little IKEA style carts recently, not too long ago. So I do actually have more stuff over here. Oh look, I have more of the watercolor paper that I did that from a while back. I found some more of that recently. So yeah, so I have some of that that I want to use. And yeah, oh, so here's one more real quick before I do that. So this was also made with that same gel press, but I used very little bit of ink. I want to say it wasn't the same one. It was a different ink. But then I added before I pushed it down onto the paper, I added watercolor paints of varying colors, and this is what I got. And I did this while I was at an event as a demonstration, and then I let it dry, and then I added these 3 fairies, and then I added the rest of the stuff. So these are all from these stamps are all from the same company. But look at that detail, huh? And then I also added a little bit of grass here, painted that on. So they'd have something to stand on. So yeah, so this is the sort of thing I'm going to be taking with me. Um, Also, one thing I would like to do is make, so this is mounted onto a card. I do believe it's a 5.5 by 5.5 card. Yes, it is. So, but there's that stamp. Yeah. So I'm gonna go and get a few things. And I'll set up a sprint. Okay, there it goes. And that way I can do a few things. And then also I'm going to get the card card front. Well, it's not a front, but it's a panel. And then I use this stamp on it. And this has been a popular item too. So this mermaid is pretty cool, I have to admit. It's very detailed and I love coloring the images from it. Let's see. Let me find a quick. That one from HK Darkwood, 25 minutes, that would work. Oh, look, here's something related. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. Let me get this added on here. Share the screen. Okay. Alrighty. Yes, I love texture of all sorts. Oops, I must have clicked. I like texture of all sorts, visual, all the things. Many art forms. Okay, I was also into photography for a good while, and visual texture is very important in photography. I did that. Actually, when I used to be a freelance journalist, I included photos in my stories, and and so that was a fun time. I enjoyed doing that. Oh, looks like Shannon is running sprints in her Discord group on the hour, huh? Okay. Well, thank you very much for leaving it up. I appreciate it. This was kind of a pop-up thing. Let's see. Alrighty, well, let's just go ahead and get this started here. And we'll have a little productivity time. Alrighty. Remember to drink your water because I have to do that for sure. And yeah. Um, do whatever you need to do for a bit of productivity or relaxation, whatever you need. Alrighty. We're gonna get started in five, four, three, two, one. Let's sprint.
Alrighty. So, what I did was I went and got my collection of Lavinia, if I can say it, Lavinia stamps. I got, um, oops, I got it into another thing there. There we go. Um, I got some more stuff, a couple more supplies. Um, so again, please forgive my voice because it's having issues. I've been a little under the weather, but let's see. Let me hide that banner since that sprint is done. One thing I went to do is get this one thing I was started talked about. Um, a panel I've been working on. It's a watercolor panel that I stamped on a while back. So I've been coloring it in here and there. And so I thought I would finish this off. Basically, I'm going to, is what I did was I colored the mermaid and I added background with watercolor pencils. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding water to it to blend the colors. I could just leave it as is, so there's that too. Which I'm going to choose to do with this panel here of this other stamped image I did not too long ago. Um, um, this is another Lavinia stamp actually. Copyright is not mine. This is not my original art. Um, this one's called uh, yeah, it's called if I can say it because I need to know how to say this, Druids Inn. And look at the detail in this image. I just think it's amazing. And so I'll probably be erasing some off the top of there, a little bit more, I think. I was trying to create a sort of a twilight scene. And here is the other one because I had stamped these a while back. And here's one that I finished off by adding water to it and to blend. And I stamped those same three fairies I did before. So there's many uses for a lot of these stamps and created a scene. And this is very mixed media, but it's mostly watercolor, but I also use some distress ink up here because I don't know, I was trying to cover something up and I don't know, this is sort of a fail ish. I'm not quite sure. I was trying to save it. I stamped I stamped the tree upside down as well to extend it. And yeah, I was just trying to make it work. It's all right, I guess. But I just found the level of detail in the stamp to be just amazing. And anyway, and that's why I fell in love with it. Um, so this is the one I had been working on, and I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm not going to be, excuse me, I'm not going to be blending it with water. I'm going to leave it be because what I did was I stamped on the rougher side, and I was falling in love with how it looked on the rough side of the paper. So I'll be duplicating the design. So anyway, like as I say, I could leave it as is, but I think I'm going to blend it with water. I have a watercolor brush here. This is it's great because it's portable. So it's part of a set here that I have. I like to use paints for. Um, So it came with this set and it's really small, so it's quite portable. So I'm going to sit here and do a little blending with this. And so you can see what I did so far, and that's just with my watercolor pencils. I'm blending a little bit with an art eraser, and then I'm going to go in and do some more blending. I was really trying to um, make the bulk of the the pigment. Um, Trying to create some shade and stuff like that. Oh, I have a goof, so I'm going to erase my little goof. Make sure that there's spaces that need to be there. There we go. So, but it will erase. So that's nice, and it's also good for blending. Oh, I see it. Is that a space? Yeah, and I've done her before. I should know. Let's see. Yeah, so this was a sort of an unplanned thing. I didn't do any promo for it. But again, this is my first time, so first time streaming while working on art and talking about my art. But it's something I'm going to do. Um, and I was thinking during the break that what I think I will do is um, it's hard to talk and do this at the same time. I think what I will do is next time I have an art stream, I will go basically until my guys come home, about 11:30 here Eastern. Next time I have an art stream, um, I want to talk about gel presses, and I think I'll be doing this in a couple weeks. Um, and I'll either do it as a separate stream like this, or I can do it on my regular stream, which is on Sundays at noon. Um, and sometimes I do work on my art during my regular stream, but not all. I don't usually. Um, a lot of times I just um um do other things, do like more writing related things, or such like that, and such like that. I don't know if you can hear my dog panting in the background. So I'm just blending over here. Sorry you can't see that. I was trying to work on my tech, and I had seen how to do that. I did get my iPad on here though. So so that's coming anyway. Figuring out uh, how to do that. And she's whining because my guys are not here. I think she's panting. What I think I need is to do some direct dark browns. Is it? Excuse me. I'm using watercolor pencils from King Art. But they do say it's supposed to be pro level, so the pigment should be really good, and so they should be a little more light fast than inexpensive than the inexpensive ones. But using it directly, because you can add water directly to here and paint that way, but it's going to be very vivid. And I'm like, oh boy, I feel like I almost have too much, but I'm just going to put it on the ends of her locks of hair here. Because anyway, that's where there's the least amount of light. I have the light hitting her from her, she's facing towards it. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So, and so I try to keep that in mind even when I'm, tap some of that off, even when I'm, I think I've got a little bit, I've made her hair a little bit red, a little bit on the red side. So it's kind of almost auburn. I used this one here, which is called dark brown, and another one which is called brick. So it's kind of brick red. I tried to use more of the brick on the sandy part, so it's not the exact same color. You can probably hear Molly because she's probably less than 4 feet away from me. So on her bed. There we go. That's better. I know. They'll be here in a little bit. There. And so now I'm doing the top of her head. Yeah, again, so I'll do what I can to see about having some kind of, so I'm just kind of dragging the color and, again, just blending it. I'm trying to keep the bulk of the pigment away from the front of her face. Because that's where the light is. But so okay, so that's her hair done, and I'm going to just squeeze the water through the bristles, clean it off on this little, it's a little sponge attached here that comes off with its velcroed on. It's really handy, and I love taking this with me places so that I can just kind of do a little relaxing sketching while I'm like on vacation or something, or we're out to the just something relaxing to do while we're at the beach or something. So sometimes I'll post, I'll create an Instagram post sometimes that I'm at the beach and I'm sitting, relaxing, just sketching something while the guys are swimming. Oh, and I love to swim, but if I need a break, if I need to sit down sometimes I just need to sit down due to medical reasons, which is a long story and a half. Ask me sometime. Do have spots that somehow got missed while I was coloring, so I'm just going to add that now. It didn't even, there are portions that did not get, I almost dropped my brush, that even got missed when I was stamping, and that happens especially on watercolor paper because it's not entirely smooth. So so sometimes I go in with a especially these are great for so many things. Uniball Signo pen is the 207 one, so it's the 0.7 millimeter. I love it for bullet journaling. I love it for lots of things, but it's really handy for this because it's waterproof. For in case I didn't stamp something well, I'll just make a couple of dots where it didn't meet the. Boy, my dog is really, I don't know. I think she might need to go out. There we go. Just a little bit there that I missed. Let that dry and then I'll do more coloring there. So I often do that. So this is which one? Dark brown. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to take her out soon. Yes. Okay. Are you looking around for them? She's like, where'd they go? All right. Give me a little bit. I need to walk her in a few minutes. So I'll probably end this in about 15 minutes. I wasn't sure about how many sprints to do during this. So I did do at least one. Why don't I do one more? 10 minutes. I'll wrap up the blending on this panel because I need to get this done. So that will maybe help me focus. Yes, let me see. Let me add that back to the stream. And about 10 more minutes. I think she'll be all right for 10 more minutes. Let's see. I think she'll be okay. Ooh, this one's, let's see, something. I like this one a lot, so. Okay. Yes. Oh, I love this. I love stuff like this so much. And okay. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started so I can get this image finished, and so I can take her out. Apparently. Alrighty. Please remember to hydrate yourself. This is very important. It's still summertime heat. In this, it's now late August, so it's still very hot outside, folks. Please remember to do whatever you need to do during this sprint. But I'm going to go ahead and get this started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint. Okay, just a second, just a second. Hey, 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 Molly. Alrighty, I'm gonna have to cut this short because something's going on with my dog. I have to go walk her. So sorry. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great day, everybody. Bye.